Okay, all right. In this short video, I want to quickly give you an overview of essential digital tools and platforms. I think this is super important, especially for um, people who are maybe changing careers into a new discipline, or you're just maybe at the early stage of your career. So this form part of the basic or the bronze model on our AI powered career transformation blueprint. Now, in this short presentation, I will be talking about an overview of essential digital tools and platforms that are crucial for individuals and organizations in today's world. So, I will be going, I've categorized these tools into productivity and communication, collaboration, and so on and so forth. So, what I'm going to do is make this material available as part of the program, but we will explore the key features, the benefits, best practices for utilizing these tools and technologies to enhance efficiency and productivity. So let's get started. The first thing is that digital tools have become a part of how we navigate modern life, both on a personal level and even on a professional level. We have used tools. These tools and technology have revolutionized the way we communicate, the way we collaborate, the way we access information, the way we manage our day to day to dos. So it's important that as individuals, professionals, we must understand the fundamentals of these tools and platforms in order to thrive in the digital landscape. Now we're talking about the era of artificial intelligence. So it's important that you understand the difference between these tools to know which one to apply when for what particular type of activity or task. So today, like I said, we will explore the benefits and features and best practices for leveraging these tools to enhance productivity, how we communicate, and also to make us more efficient. So I'll start first with productivity tools. So when we talk about productivity tools, we're talking about the foundation of digital workflow, enabling people and teams to create, to organize, and manage information. Okay, so we are talking about documents, spreadsheets, and presentation software. Okay, this category of tools, they serve different purposes. So documentation software, I'll give you examples like Microsoft Word, Google Docs. Those are documentation software. They enable us to create, edit. We can format text documents. We also have features like spell check in Microsoft Word, so you can check your spelling, grammar correction, and now collaboration feature. So collaboration feature basically means if I'm if I'm working in a Microsoft Word document, I can collaborate with somebody else by sharing the access to that document with them, and in real time, as long as they have internet connection and we are in the same workspace, we can actually be working and editing the same document at the same time. Okay, so this allows for efficient co-creation, collaboration and editing of document. The second group under productivity is spreadsheet. All right, spreadsheet softwares. These are programs like Microsoft Excel. It's important that you understand how to use it. The equivalent of this on Google is called Google Sheets. They are designed for managing and analyzing data. So data in the tabular format. So they're called spreadsheets because they are in columns. So you have them in tabular format, tables basically. What you can do with this type of software is you can, depending on the data that you have in the spreadsheet or in the document, you'll be able to create charts. You'll be able to create things like formulas. You can do data visualization. So if anybody is trying or planning to become maybe a data scientist or data analyst, or even do some financial analysis or accounting or anything that has to do with data or tables or information that relates with analyzing, calculations and formulas and all that type of stuff. Spreadsheets is super good for you to understand. So you make it easy for you to analyze and present data more effectively. Then moving on to the third subcategory under productivity tools is presentation software. Okay, presentation software will have the likes of Microsoft PowerPoint, very, very powerful to make presentations. Google Slides, very powerful. And then we even have other tools that do presentation that are not like, I'm using Microsoft and Google because those are more like the most popular, and also for organizations, those they are the enterprise level productivity tools that companies use. So I would recommend that you master how to use programs like Microsoft PowerPoint, Google Slides. They allow you to create visually compelling presentations so that you can share information or deliver presentations. And you have other features. You have very nice features like adding text, videos, images, animations, and even multimedia effects or multimedia elements in the presentation. So Google Slides is really good. Microsoft PowerPoint is super good. I think those are the basic core presentation software. Every other thing on top of that is an added, of course, advantage. These productivity tools are essential for different tasks, from writing to analyzing data, creating presentation, and you'll be able to work with other people if you understand these tools. The next category is communication and collaboration. Okay, this category rather, are essential tools that we need to foster connections. I remember during COVID, the COVID-19 pandemic. Um, Before then, there was a huge. Everybody was going to the office, basically. Most people, anyway. Let me not say everybody. Most people were going to the office. But when COVID happened and people were restricted to move around or go to the office, everybody switched to the internet. They switched to online collaboration tools and communication tools. Zoom became very popular, right? You have to rely on emails, Microsoft Teams, and the likes. So these tools enable us as individuals and teams within organizations to connect. We are able to share information, and we're able to work together regardless of location, right? At Joy Momentum, we collaborate with colleagues from different parts of the world in real time, and we work together as though we are in the same place. But our central meeting point is the platform, which is basically Microsoft, 365, and we're able to collaborate. We can use emails we use emails to remain. Email is our fundamental communication tool. We can do asynchronous communication, exchange of documents, we can share information. It's super versatile in reaching out to people in groups, or you can schedule appointments and meetings and updates and all that. The second subcategory under communication and collaboration is chat. So we have instant. This chat is basically instant messaging tools. For example, one of the popular ones that I would recommend, I would refer you to here are Slack, Microsoft Teams, or Google Chat. They provide real-time communication and collaboration features, so you can do quick messaging, you can share files quickly, you can have group discussions, you can create an interactive communication environment. So that's chat, instant messaging platforms. The third subcategory under communication and collaboration tools is video conferencing. Like I mentioned, during COVID-19, a lot of people, like majority of people were using Zoom to communicate with family and friends and loved ones and colleagues, and everybody was basically using the platform to make sure that we're able to still stay in communication, even though we are at different locations. We couldn't move out because of the virus. Google Meet is popular. Microsoft Teams, a lot of companies use Microsoft Teams, and these video conferencing platforms enable individuals and teams to connect visually, so you can see people. As you can see me now, this is video through video calls. You can use it for remote meetings, presentations, workshops, basically bridging the gap between geographically dispersed people. So these communication and collaboration tools are very, very essential to foster connected, and efficient workplace. Okay, so they enable seamless communication, collaboration, information sharing, promoting a dynamic and productive environment. All right, so the sip of water. Okay, moving on, I'll be talking about cloud storage. As you know, we are in the age of a cloud. Um, Cloud basically means we're talking about storing information and files in remote locations, which is basically in the cloud, provided by cloud service providers, instead of having to store your information, on site in maybe in a computer, in a CPU, or a memory disk or something like that. So cloud storage and file sharing platform provide a secure and accessible way to store and share data and files online. So these platforms eliminate the need for physical storage, allowing for seamless access to information and data from any device as long as you have an internet connection. So I can store information, in a OneDrive cloud, and if I leave where I am, I go elsewhere as long as I have internet connection and the system can authenticate and recognize I'm still the one. I can still log in and access my files. I can save them and share them with my colleagues, and they can access it from anywhere they are. You know, so it's important that you understand how to use these tools. Cloud storage platforms examples, we have Dropbox, Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, and these tools actually provide secure and scalable storage for documents, photos, and other type of files. So you can sync files across devices, making sure that everybody has access to their files at all times. We also have file sharing platforms where you can share files, right? Maybe you have huge video files or huge document or something like that. So we have WeTransfer is really popular. Dropbox also can do file sharing. Google Drive can also provide file sharing, and basically they give you ability to share files, and you can put things like password protection, expiration dates, and making sure that the file you are sharing is securely transferred. So this streamline workflows and also bring two people together in a very, very efficient way. Moving on to the next category, we are talking about social media and content creation tools. Now we're in the age of information, right? So social media has become a part and parcel of our daily lives. There's no other way we have to use social media. Social media and content creation play a very vital role in today's digital landscape. So individuals and companies are able to connect with audiences. You can build audiences, you can share information, you can build communities, and these social media platforms provide a platform for engaging a vast amount of people by sharing content, whether written content or visual content or multimedia content. So platforms like, for example, social media platforms, I'll count the likes of Facebook, yeah, get familiar with that. Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. They offer different features for connecting with different audiences. You can share content, you can engage in online conversations, and they have become essential part of our personal and professional networking. Every time we talk about networking, now the first thing I talk about is social media, right? Also, a form part of what we call brand building. So when we're talking about building yourself a personal brand, this is a good way. This is something you need to understand, and how do you make it happen. And most importantly, they play a major or a significant role in marketing. For individuals to market themselves or for organizations to sell their product, social media platforms have become super, super important in that space. Then under this category, we have a subcategory also called content creation tools. So, social media platform is for you distribute, you create and distribute, and then you connect with your audience there. But then content creation has become a big part of our professional lives. So we have tools like Canva, Adobe Creative Cloud, iMovie, so many content creation platforms that you can use to create very nice, visually appealing, engaging content. So they offer different features like graphic design, video editing, and so on and so forth. So social media and content creation are essential for building brand awareness, whether it's a personal brand or a corporate brand or a company brand. You can engage with audiences, you can build audiences, you can build a community, and you can engage and connect by sharing information with them in a very effective way. So it helps helps us to connect with the global audience and promoting content in a visually appealing and engaging way. Moving on, the next category is data analysis and data visualization. Remember, I mentioned Excel earlier. Now, this is now taking it to a whole new level, beyond just understanding the basics of data documentation or table presentation or spreadsheets. Now we want to focus on how do we analyze data, right? How do we extract insights from data and communicating the findings or the insights in an effective way. So these data analysis and data visualization tools enable us to analyze raw data, identify trends, and present information in a very clear and compelling way. So for data analysis, we have Microsoft Excel. Example is, I mentioned that before, Google Sheets. That's the basic starting point. But then we have advanced tools beyond Excel like Tableau, Microsoft Power BI. They provide features that allow you to analyze data, create reports, you can publish them, you can identify patterns, right? They can be used for different tasks, okay? Whether you're doing financial analysis to market research, to scientific research, and so on and so forth. Um, One of the tools I also want to include in here is, like, for example, Google Analytics that look at websites and look at how, what data or what insights we can get from how the website is functioning, how people are using it, how people are visiting site, what they're looking for, and things like that. Moving on to data visualization. So, I talked about analysis of data is different from visualizing the data. So when you analyze, you now want to present it in a nice, way that your audience, depending on who you are presenting to, your stakeholders can understand, right? So we're talking of creating visually appealing charts, graphs, dashboards to communicate insights from data very effectively. So these tools can be used to present data in a clear and concise way, making it easier for anybody or your stakeholders to understand complex information. Because normally, if they are looking at the raw data that you've analyzed or you put together, they won't be able to make any sense of it because maybe they are not numbers people, or maybe they are not, those kind of. But if you present it in a way that you are able to pick out the insight and visualize it, then they can make decisions effectively from the analysis, from the data visualization. So we have tools like Tableau, Power BI, Google Data Studio, and many other ones in the industry, but these are the core or most popular ones that I've pulled out. Right, let's move on to cybersecurity best practices. So I've included this one here because it's crucial to prioritize cybersecurity best practices to protect your personal and your organizational data from unauthorized access and cyber attacks. So implementing strong cybersecurity measures for digital tools is very essential for safeguarding sensitive information and maintaining data integrity. Okay, so there are a few recommendations I will here I've put here, but these ones are both applicable to whether you're working as a personal level or a professional level, or even for in your organization. You should have these things that you have to share with your as part of your organizational policy or procedures or principles. Yeah, number one is strong password. You have to utilize strong password and unique password for all digital accounts. You have to do like a combination of uppercase, lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. Consider using a password manager, for example, to store and generate secure passwords for you. Very important. The second thing is two-factor authentication. Enable two-factor authentication where possible because this will help you to secure your information or your files by requesting or requiring an additional verification beyond just a password. Because, yeah, if somebody gets a password, then this is an extra layer of protection, okay? Such as they will send the code to your device, or they will use your face, biometric, security, basically to make sure that your accounts are more secure. The third one is software updates. Make sure you keep all your software, because now we work remotely mostly, and we rely on software and operating systems a lot. So it's important to keep all software and operating systems updated with latest security patches. Um, Make sure that when you update, you do it regularly. You check for updates. These updates are not just to update; they are basically to address vulnerabilities that could be exploited by malicious people. Okay, so you have to update your software regularly. Your OS on your laptop, on your device, also on the platforms I used to work. Make sure you are constantly checking for latest updates and applying them. Then phishing awareness. It's important that you are vigilant about phishing emails um, and messages that attempt to trick you into disclosing sensitive information. So if somebody is asking you for something, you have to be very alert and know that, okay, am I supposed to respond to this person? Am I supposed to be sharing this kind of information? Verify the authenticity of the sender, right? Avoid, maybe for example, they send you links on your SMS or your phone or your email. Don't, if it's suspicious, then it's suspicious. Don't click on it. Don't click on it. And then the other thing you can do is to have antivirus and anti-malware software on your devices to detect and remove potential threats. Regularly update these programs for latest protection as well. The last point on cybersecurity here is to regularly back up your data to ensure that you have a copy in case you experience data loss or device failure. Utilize things like cloud backup services or even external hard drives for data redundancy. My advice is to implement these cybersecurity best practices to ensure that you're protecting your digital assets and you're mitigating the risk associated with cyber threats. Cyber threats are real, and you have to be proactive in about security so you can minimize vulnerabilities and safeguard your data in the digital world that we live in now. So finally, I've basically covered digital tools and platforms because they have transformed how we work, how we live, and how we interact with the world now. So by embracing these technologies and implementing the cybersecurity best practice I recommended earlier, as an individual, as a company, you can unlock new levels of productivity, efficiency, and collaboration. It's important that you understand the features, the benefits, and the best practices for using these things so that you are able to achieve both your personal and professional goals. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope it's been a wonderful one. See you in another one. Thank you.